with me, I'm taking you out on a date. If I were taking you out on a date, Chicago, this is where I would take you. Amazing, we made it. Now we're gonna go in, we're gonna get the bruzol. We're gonna get the bruzol, and we're going to also get like cannolis or whatever the dessert of the day is. We'll get bruzol, and then we'll get whatever the dessert of the day is. This place is amazing. This place is really, really cool. Gem. So seriously, the hardest part is not eating in the car. You want to find a nice spot on a bench somewhere. We're at the community mausoleum, and I'm just gonna have one little klatchki. If you ever see me with powder on my face, it's not ever cocaine, it's always klatchki powder. No guns allowed. This is why I brought you to Queen of Heaven kiosk. This is going to be your menu. You're gonna go to all locations, and you're gonna put in a last name that you want to find. So your last name, tap search, and all of the, you're gonna look for your last name. You have the name, first name, you have the interment date, and you have the age. And so, there's like a lot. Then you hit display, and it gives you grave, lot, block, section, every cemetery. This is about as far as we go. So even though that's a very intense place, I think because it's so incredibly windy, I think I do want to eat from my car. Eating from my car is like my favorite. Eating from my car is like one of my favorite things to do, so I'm just going to do that. And if anyone just comes around, just look very sad. The whole point is to feed yourself among the dead. And then the fun of it is going to different spots, seeing different things, walking around, learning, reading, and eating and snacking and talking and learning along the way. And that's it. That's the end of the date. That's the end. That's it. That's the end of the date. I hope you had a great time. I hope it was a lot of fun. I hope that you had a lot of meaningful discussion, and I hope that we got to know each other better and have a great evening now. Goodbye now. Psychic ability potential in a natal chart are the same indicators of mental illness in a natal chart. So mental disorder or mental illness is defined as a behavioral or mental pattern that causes significant distress or impairment of personal function. Psychic ability, ESP, extrasensory perception, is defined as reception of information not gained through the recognized physical senses. In Star Wars, they call it force sensitive to the force. Psychic ability is the higher vibration, the faster vibration, the more conscious vibration manifestation of a specific energy, these psychic indicators. Mental illness is the lower vibratory expression, the denser, slower vibratory manifestation of the same energy. This psychic ability indicator, mental illness indicator. So it can go either way. It's the free will of the individual. It's what their upbringing that will kind of tell you or show you what they're choosing, what this soul is choosing right now, which they're living in. So for instance, when I was 14, maybe 15, I was formally diagnosed by a child psychologist after maybe the third session as manic depressive. That's what they called it. From that age is when my mother found me a past life regressor, a hypnotherapist, someone who was on Oprah, someone who was firmly established, someone who had a lot of experience, someone who was a very solidly reputed person. From the age of about 14 until maybe 27 or so, I worked with this person as my mentor and learned about energy work, learned about psychic ability, learned about techniques and methods, methodologies, heard a lot of anecdotal help that I could draw on, and the healing. And going under at that age for past life regressions and just doing higher level, more conscious energy work from that age really took my life in a whole different direction. At that time, I was cutting myself and running away, blowing off school, and very disappointed with, and just pretty Eeyore. So being taken under their wing because we couldn't afford that kind of support to be seeing someone and to be learning. And it's part of why I want to do the psychic school for children from the age of 14 when I was still a child, when I was still underage, and having the benefit of that definitely took my future in a whole different path, even though I wanted to films, to write, to direct, and to do all these artistic things, I had that going on just in the background, trying to just keep it very hidden and secret, and just trying to participate in normal life, because this sensitivity and receiving all this information, not through the regular channels, greatly alienated me from regular life. This has been the longest 2-week waxing lunation that I've ever felt of this entire year already. It's the most awkward new moon in Aries conjunct Chiron, building towards a T-square full moon in Libra, with the apex planet being Pluto in Capricorn. Like, it's just so much. I just can't take it anymore, you guys. I think I just want a really quick vlog. Hopefully this is a really fast one. I just literally wanted to take you guys on a date, a best friend date, to catch up, to meet someone new romantically, take your niece, your family out. A date can be with anybody. I'd taken yourself on a date. I took you guys on the date today. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. All I really want are raspberries, though. Like, if I can just eat raspberries and chocolate chip cookies. So I know I'm doing new things with my YouTube channel again. I do that too much and YouTube doesn't know what to do with me. I get it. But it's honestly so important that we find each other, because I don't know about you guys that are psychic watching me, and if you read tarot cards, you're probably psychic. So this is not just like remote viewing only, or, it's like psychometry, tarot cards, channeling, all of that. So I don't know about you guys, but my relatives that I grew up with stigmatize mental illness when it's me. When it's them, they're very understanding and very compassionate. But when it's me, I'm a maniac. So it's okay if your family and friends don't believe you when you tell them that you've been raped in the lower astral realm, or if you are having past life memories with you and somebody else, or if you're working through grief. You take that to me. Energy work. So energy work is the crux of life. So whatever you happen to be working through, whether it's relationship, existential quagmires, or practical applications, grounding, expanding, explaining an experience. But can you see where in the past it's just been a mental illness thing? Wow, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So I think I'm just making this dedicated vlog to say, hey, if you have a mental illness, maybe you can do some energy work and get passionate about self-mastery and use it as a psychic ability instead. It depends. I've had the benefit of, from 14 years old, getting onto this path. I've been alive longer having been doing energy work than I've been alive longer being cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, whatever you want to call it, without resources, without help, without the benefit of having that mentor. So just putting this out there to be a place for anyone who struggles with mental illness and struggles with energy work, self-possession, self-mastery, self-awareness, consciousness, stabilization, destabilization, that there could be more to the picture here. Maybe something that looks like a mental illness or something that alienates you might be a superpower. What might be a mental illness might be a superpower. I don't mean that in the crazy way. I mean that in the totally sane way. I'm not fully ready to talk about this, but I think because of the vibe and the theme of this video, I'm going to put it here. I had a major psychokinesis breakthrough. Every Thursday is psychokinesis and telekinesis Thursdays. But this week, this has been, like I said, the longest, most cringe 2 weeks of a waxing, gaining in light lunar phase ever, because it's new moon in Aries conjunct Chiron. I am looking forward to this T-square full moon in Libra. Let's just get it over with. Let's do it. And then eclipse season. I'm a maniac. Start introducing myself this way. What do you do for work? I'm mentally ill. Are you married? I'm mentally ill. Are you single? I'm mentally ill. I like it. And then when they ask me what I do, I can say I'm a psychic tarot reader. They'll go, oh. You're mentally ill.